Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the apostles, the elders of GMS, who rule well, Mashana Kabbalah Nawa, Zaquanium, Sha'al GMS, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out there who pushing this truth and labor in all truth and sincerity, strength, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom, Wakasai, Laha, Bakaya, Akim, you know. I'm here, this is GMS, Arkansas, the brother, the elder of GMS, Missouri, Ahmath. We're here, you know, normally, you know, we be going out, but man, the storm is so bad, man, it's flooding here, you know, here in Little Rock, man, the storms are so bad. So we've been sitting around about an hour trying to hope for it to slack up. But the rain is coming down. A brother told me he was sliding all the way up here, man, coming from his trip. And hey, man, the highways, you know, we was sliding coming when I picked you up. So it's really pouring down out there, man. And Lord knows we wish we could be out there, but man, it's just the weather is real bad. And we cast a lot because we were going to go out in the storm. So we cast a lot, and the lot fell on us to do a sit down. So that's what we're going to do, you know. You know, a lot of stuff is going on in the news, man, and as you can see, we almost out of this thing, man. It's the end of 2017, going into 18, Lord willing. Hey, we're gonna see a difference in year to year of what's happening. For one, we just had Trump do the, you know, that's hot in the news, him saying that Israel was the capital of Jerusalem, which we know that spiritually, but that's the thing the Most High have men do to spark certain conflicts, because you know you don't know what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, give me Isaiah 55, and you don't know the game that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is playing on his chessboard, and he is the ultimate chess player. He is the ultimate chess player, man. You can't outwit Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, go ahead.
Isaiah 55 and 10.
Start at 7.
7. It says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts.
Let the wicked forsake his way. Quit being wicked. Come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Because we're at the end of this thing, man. That's why we go out on the highways and byways constantly, week in and week out. And we do these videos that we be commanded to do through the Spirit to try to help the elect brothers, man. Wake up, brothers. Quit being wicked. You know, quit being wicked, man. Because we don't have long left, bro. Before you're gonna start seeing chariots more and more. You're gonna start seeing a big fluctuation of chariots, man. Those are what's the Lord of hosts, man. The armies of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You're going to start seeing more and more. And that's going to be the curse that go for this earth, man. You know, go ahead.
And it says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him. And to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
See, he's going to abundantly pardon. He's going to forgive you for your sins that you committed. If you come back to him, man, you repent, man. You know, but if you still just living like every day is hunky-dory, man, the Lord got a trick bag for you people, man. He got some destruction waiting on you, man. He got a big bag of anguish waiting on you. Go ahead.
This quick precept. This is Isaiah 1 and 16. It says, wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doing.
How do you wash? Wash, what is that, Ephesians 5 and 26? I think 5 and 26. This is how you wash, man.
This is the book of Ephesians 5 and verse
26, I think.
It says that he might sanctify, and it says that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word.
So you get washed. The washing comes through the word, man. Go back to what you was reading.
Con, this is Isaiah 1 and verse 16. Wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes, cleanse to do, it says, cease to do evil.
Cease to do evil. Stop doing it. Stop being an adulteress. Stop being a fornicator, man. Stop being a murderer. Stop being a covetous. Stop doing it, man.
Huh.
Stop being a thief, man. Just cut it out, man. Just come back to the law, statutes, commandments, man, and do what you're supposed to do. Follow the rules to the best of your ability. Confess the Lord's name openly. And get rewarded, man, at the end, man. Because, man, great destruction is coming up on this place, America, man. It's coming, man. You know?
It's around the corner.
Go back to Isaiah if you ain't got nothing.
Con, this is Isaiah 55 and 7. It says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
Oh, the Lord said, my thoughts are not your thoughts, man. Go ahead.
And it says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord.
We are totally different than Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You don't know what he's thinking. The chess moves he's doing, you don't know. Like when Trump said, hey, help me out. He said Jerusalem.
Yeah, he's going to move the capital of, he's going to move the embassy unto Jerusalem because he's recognizing that that's the capital of Israel, you know? So that's agenda they've been pushing. They've been setting that up because he was talking that on the campaign. He was saying that, oh, we're gonna do this, do that. At the end of the day, and then you got the Israelis, they're backing up like they didn't, like it came out of nowhere. Like they were shocked by the move.
Okay.
They set them up for that. And
you just don't know why it's happening. Why is he doing it? Why is he doing that? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is playing chess, man. You know what I'm saying? He got them pawns out there, man. He got them knights out there already. Boom. And then he got them bishops set up to come all the way across the board. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you don't know the game, the chess moves he's playing. The chess moves and ultimately is in the end is just to destroy America. Go ahead.
And it says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as heaven, it says, for as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways.
His ways are higher than your ways. Go ahead.
It says, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth,
go ahead,
and maketh it bring forth bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth.
God.
It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please.
So just like when you in the streets, Jake and them be running their mouth. Oh, that nigga just running his mouth. He just talking shit. He ain't gonna do nothing. Believe me, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he just said what I say is gonna happen. And all through this Bible, the Lord speaks on prophecies of the destruction of America, and the destruction of Esau, and the destruction of the other nations, and the rising of the nation of Israel, the elect. It speaks that all through the scriptures, man. If you don't know that, it's because the Lord, his ways was to have you blinded to not know what's going on in the scriptures, man. A lot of you people, you don't know what's happening, man. K-Dog, Jesus is the word.
Yeah.
You know?
They're just fulfilling their lot, man.
Y'all fulfilling y'all lot. Best thing y'all can do, man, is bring your pencil and pad to the camp and just listen, man.
Get one of them recorders, you know what I'm
just
saying?
Listen, man. You know? Because, hey, man, like the brother Manatasat Banyamya, I spoke to him a couple weeks ago. We were speaking, man, and the brother made a good point, man. He said, man, this gonna be the year, man. He said, you just don't know, man. Miracles are gonna start happening on these streets, man. So you people who coming up with all this damn scoffing and shit, man, the Lord gonna let one of them brothers shoot fire straight from his hands and burn your ass up on the spot. Miracles are finna start happening, man. And like I said, when you read in Acts and Matthews, when the miracles happen, what? 2,000-3,000 believe, 5,000 believe. Yeah.
It says, like the Lord said, it says it's nothing to make a poor man rich. So it's nothing to make this word flourish, man. Because we look, because they call us destitute. They call us, fools. But it says we'll be fools for Mashiach's sake, man. And like it says, that simply alone, a small amount of spiritual power goes a long way. You don't need a whole bunch of spiritual power, man. A little bit change people's mentality. This is a quick precept. This is Isaiah 45 and 23. It says, I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and it shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear.
So y'all gonna be subject to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, and and in the end you gonna embrace this gospel, man. That's the whole thing. You're gonna embrace this gospel, man. Read that again.
And it says, I have sworn by myself, and the word is gone out of my mouth.
The word is gone out of his mouth. Go ahead.
In righteousness, and it says, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear.
Every knee shall bow, man. Give me Revelations 2 and 26.
This is Revelations 2 and 26. And it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end.
Overcome it, keep his works to the end, right? This truth. Stay in the faith, man. Right? Go ahead.
To him will I give power over the nations.
The Lord said he gonna give us power over the nations. See, y'all missing these scriptures, man. He gonna give us power over the nations, man. The nation of Israel don't have no power over these nations. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're in a poor state. We on the ground right now. We in the dust right now. Right? We in the dust, man. And then people couldn't say, well, how you know that's talking about the Negroes ruling? Because when you read Deuteronomy, the curses that fit us right now. Go ahead.
And it says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
He shall rule them with a rod of iron. And it's a physical rod now. This ain't no spiritual rod, even though it's gonna be spiritual, but this is a physical rod.
Yeah, it's a real life rod right there. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
He shall rule them with a rod of iron, a real stick. Gonna reach out there and be like, pow! Fuck the biscuits up. Pow!
We knock the gravy out your biscuits.
Knock the gravy out the biscuits. Pow! We messing y'all. We messing y'all.
And then we're gonna have the power to slap your life back in your body, man.
Hold it up. Hold up, man. Hold up. Where you going? Get on back in there.
And it says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessel of a potters shall they be broken to shivers.
Broken to shivers, man. And when you break a pot into shivers, you can't put it back together. So it's not going to be no rulership for you, Esau, when we break you down, man. It's not going to be no rulership coming back. This is 2 Thessalonians, you can call it, brother, if you want.
Okay,
This is 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. And it says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation, right? To pay back to them that trouble you, right? So it's telling us we're going to be basically persecuting we're going to be persecuting you. We're going to be persecuting your minds and your bodies, and because you're going to be basically like our personal property. Verse 7, and to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. So there's going to be ain't no rest now, man, because we in captivity. So there's no rest for the nation of Israel. We in there, like I said, man, we in the dust, bro. Baruch 3 and 8. Grab Baruch 3 and 8.
Yeah, come. And we got the brother. Yeah, go ahead. Huh?
We got a brother from other brother from the Missouri camp. He on the phone with us. This is Shamak, GMS Joplin. Yeah, Bashim Yahushua. Yo, man, we just going into what's just going on, man, and going through the spirit,
This is the book of Baruch 3.
This brother gonna be probably on the phone with us, doing the sit down with us, man. So if he interject, man, you'll hear his voice or whatever. Okay, all right.
This is Baruch 3:8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity."
We still in captivity, man. The nation of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, still in captivity, right? Y'all niggas ain't free. Just because you can walk around downtown and go in the damn River Market and buy a sub sandwich, shit, man, your ass is not free. Esau got a lock on everything, man, and he trying to lock it down even more. You know, when you see Trump and them sign these new health laws and health bills and
tax cuts
and all this, man, and man, all that shit, man, is just urging closer and closer to the RFID chip, man.
Yeah. Bitcoin, all these.
Bitcoin, oh hell yeah, Bitcoin especially. You know.
And it says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse."
For a reproach and a curse, man. They treat us any kind of way in America, man. Anywhere we go outside of America, man, they know you to be a nigga. You know, and they treat you as such, man. You know? Go into a liquor store and get some liquor, man. Them Indians be hawking you, man. They be on you. They be on you, man. Like, goddamn, man, you know?
And just, that's crazy you just said that. Because I went into I grabbed some Indian food, right? And the Indian lady, when I came through the door, she was like, "Oh, hold on 1 second." You know, she sort of gave me this cold shoulder, and she's like, "Oh, you ordered?" Right? And I'm ordering, I'm paying for my food, and I ordered a nice chunk of food. And I thought, okay, it might just be her having a bad day. You know how them Ishmaelite women is. So all of a sudden, here come two white girls come through the front door, and she's like, "Hey, how you doing? Come sit down." I was like, what the fuck? They played me to the left, and I'm spending my money with them, man.
Played you like a reproach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why, that is why that's because Esau is in the power seat. You know, so hey, man, like I said, we just read in Revelation 2:26, man. We get that power, we get that rod of iron. Y'all gonna treat us with that respect. You gonna have to. Like I said, you gonna be forced to. When you read in
what's Isaiah?
What was it? No, we read in when you read in Isaiah 45:23. Yeah.
And it says, "But we are yet in this day our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, to be subject to payments."
Subject to payments. God damn, we pay taxes on every damn thing.
Fuck yeah.
Pay taxes on food, your cars. Try to go get married in the society, you're gonna pay taxes. It's a tax on everything. Property tax. My car is paid for. I paid a few $1,000s for it and still gotta pay just for having it running. Every year I gotta go pay a property tax. Gotta get to the county assessment office, man, and pay a tax, man. So this place is wicked, man. It's founded on a scoundrel, man. You know, keeping you in subjection, but it was always like that all the way back when we read in the Maccabees by Antiochus them. You know, so this whole system it's the old, like you said, it's the old Roman system.
Yeah, it's recycled, man.
Yeah.
It's just coming on back.
They just find ways to twerk it, you know, just like a car engine. An engine is an engine. You know, a 454, it always gonna be a 454, but they find a way. Hey, you could tweak this, and it'll run faster. Add a little NOS in there and it'll go a little faster.
Supercharge it.
Supercharge it, yeah. Then that's what they're doing. They supercharging the old system that they have. You know, but hey, how about Shemal Shai, man? He's getting ready. Hey, he getting ready to supercharge y'all ass, man, with some anguish and fear and death, man.
I got your precept. This is Baruch 4:32. "Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons." So they gonna pay, just like the brother was just saying, man. They gonna have to pay for touching us. Everywhere that our blood is spilled at, everywhere we gotta work at. So really, it's a curse unto your job, man, for even receiving it and making you work for him, man. That's beautiful, man. I'll read one more time. It says, Baruch 4:32. "Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
So that fire gonna come from the everlasting, man. Y'all bust him out shy, man. You know. And this is to back you up. This is Zechariah 2. Hey, you jump in there anytime you want, bro.
Shabbat, you here?
It says,
I'm here, man.
It says, Zechariah.
You get, you know what I'm saying? It's unbelievable. Plus the attack is super heavy. But it says in the scripture, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I got a precept soon as you're done with that other one.
Okay, this is Zechariah 2:7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon.
And that's what we spoke in the beginning of this lesson. Deliver thyself. That's what we're telling you. Wash yourself. That's a part of delivering yourself.
Escape, man.
Yeah. Because how are we really going to be delivered is through Yahweh Shai, but we being spiritually delivered now. That's why it says, set a mark upon the men that sigh and cry. So we're being spiritually delivered through the Spirit, which is Yahweh Shai that's coming through these words. Then he's going to come back and physically deliver us in those chariots, man. So that's why we're telling Jake, man, come. But Jake is so like you said earlier, their mind has a delusion on it to think that they'll tell, oh, we ain't the people, we ain't this. Then what is your end goal? What is the end of us, man? To be in ghettos, working dead-end jobs, getting bitched out by fucking women, getting looked down like shit till the earth just disappears, man. That's what Jake thinks, man. But they don't see a kingdom mentality. They can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, man.
It says, verse 8, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoil you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
Jake don't realize they spoiled. Jake think they making it. No, man. You getting pennies, man. They just Trump wrote a bill and got tax cut of like 200-some trillion, man. There's money out there like that. And they signed a new contract, weapon contract for a new missile defense. Was like something like 300 or some million, man. That's making Lockheed Martin, all these missile defense people. There's billionaires out here you don't know off of what? Our spoil, man. Us being spoiled.
Go ahead. You got anything to add, bro? Shema?
Yeah, you know, just as Jake is spoiled. What Jake does is, you know, listen, what Nas say, he thought that gold chains of the Jordan was living it up. Okay, literally thought that, you know, if you're doing right, you have, you know, a real nice car, you could you know, floss, you could, you know what I'm saying? Really, the mentality of Jake is crazy. You could have, you know what I'm saying, the nicest shoes on your feet, $200 sneakers, but it don't matter what kind of shirt or what kind of pants or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's basically because also the women, you know, Eve and other Israelite women, they're conditioned to play that game. So we're caught up in a game. It's like a hamster running on a treadmill, all right? And man, it's tiresome, man. It's absolutely crazy. This is Job chapter 3, verse 11, and it says, "Why died I not from the womb?"
Hey, say the chapter again,
Speak the chapter again.
God, this is Job chapter 3, verse 11.
Okay, there you go. Khan, go ahead.
And Khan, can you hear me?
Yeah, Khan, you perfect.
And it says, "Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly?" Literally, you on a absolute hamster wheel from the moment that you live. And you know the same old tired story when you hear people that try to compare themselves. We're all equal. They say my grandparents came to this country. They had to work. They had to this, that. Listen, it's a totally different story. You have a job, I have a job, but at my job, I got to literally tap dance. I got to shuck and jive, do some soft shoe. I got to work twice as hard as you, and I still won't have any type of. Look at Black Wall Street. We already had black businesses. We yeah, so-called, minority own everything. And then, man, they burned that to the ground. So here it is, you putting your faith in all of these earthly and carnal things, man, you'll come up short every time. You know?
Did you have
read go over to the 10th chapter and read 18 and 19. Read that, go over to the 10th chapter.
This is Job 10 and 18. It says, wherefore then hast thou brought me forth out of the womb? Oh, that I had given up the ghosts, and no eye had seen me. Verse 19, I should have been as though I had not been.
Exactly. We've been better off.
I should have been buried from the womb to the grave.
Yes, son, we've been better off, man. If we'd been born stillbirth, we'd been better off. You know, you wouldn't be in captivity like Baruch said. You know, it'd been like being born and right back in the spirit world. That's what he's saying. Joe's saying been better off, man. Cause this shit is hell, man. This hell we going through. This hell we catching, man. You know, we on the bottom, man. You know. Lamentations 4. 4 and 21. Baba Kashan.
And add some more what the brother's speaking about, man. It gets to the point where you have a lot of animosity. You have a lot of discouragement. Here in Israel, you go through it nonstop. That's why a lot of people that have been going in the past and for so long, that's why they fell off. That's why they say, how come? How long? Okay, when is it going to be? And it's a real, it's one thing for the scriptures that Paul was speaking. He says, they're so fast, but that's not what it's talking about. Going through this trials and tribulations, man. Hey, some people just sit here waiting for the Lord to come back, and just sitting there and start losing faith, and not have that. That's why we have to encourage each other, like in Luke chapter 22:32. It says, but I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. Hey, man, we got to look out for each other. We got to say some uplifting things. Hey, man, we can have some fun, and ultimately we work out salvation on our own. Like when all hell, break loose, there ain't no phone lines, there ain't, a lot of different things, Hey, listen, ultimately, you got Yahweh Shai and the angels, surrounding you, and that's going to be plenty. But, hey, for right now, hey, man, brothers is falling off like they dropping dead, so to speak.
Hey, back yourself up with another scripture. Grab James 1 and 6. Read that, Baba Kashad. Because you just said how the brothers, they be falling off. Basically, they lose faith. Basically, they start, you start doubting, man.
Doubting.
And we was talking about that earlier.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Grab that 1 and 6, James 1 and 6. Baba Kashar.
And I still got that Lamentations for you.
Yeah, you can jump in there and read that.
This is Lamentations 4 and 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
We on the bottom right now, so Edom, rejoice and glad that you on the top. You're the ruling power right now. Rejoice and be glad. The brothers on the highways and byways, every time we see Esau, we always tell Esau when they say, what can we do? Hey, go max your credit cards out. Take your trip to Cancun or go to Hong Kong. Do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Turn it up,
God.
So, go ahead.
And it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz.
Dwelled in the land of Uz. Go ahead.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
The cup gonna pass through unto you. That cup is slavery, man. And then that cup is slavery, and that cup is thermonuclear destruction, right? And that cup is anguish, right? It's sad times are in that cup,
Will say shall be come to you what? Widowhood.
Yeah, loss of children.
Loss of children.
Isaiah 47. 47. Go ahead.
And it says, The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked.
You're gonna be drunken, man. And right when a man is drunk, he have no wits about what he's doing and where he's going. And that's how the Lord is finna do you, man. When this time comes, when he bring all hell on America, when he bring these plagues to you, the plague of famine and pestilence, martial law, you know, sedition among men, race riots, thermonuclear destruction. It's going to have you like a drunk man. Go ahead.
And it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
So he's telling you right here that our punishment is done, man. Man, we've been through major captivities. This is the 7th one. The major captivities. It's more. When you go in the book of Judges, it tells you we was under captivity under the Moabites and under the Africans. We was under the Ammonites. Right, and we was under them captivities just like 18 years, 10 years. But we was under, but major captivities. This is the last one, man. From Egypt into the Judges, then into Syria, right, and then into Babylon, Medo-Persian Empire, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire. Now we're in America, man. This is it. Go ahead.
And it says, and the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity, man. Esau ain't gonna never carry us away, and the Lord not gonna allow nobody to carry us away. Zion, right? Josiah one in the Hebrew meaning what? Monument. This is another name for Israel. Is when you see Israel is synonymous in Zion, it's the same. You know, when you look in these scriptures, you see the word Israel. It's in the scriptures like 2,500, circle 2,500 times. So who is that talking about? When you see Zion in there maybe like over 1,000 times. Who is that talking about? So you have to find that out, man. You know, that's talking about us, man.
It's a subject matter, you know. If you're writing a book, or let's say you deal with a certain subject, like a brother said, look, if you go to a steakhouse, you want steak, man. You're going there for a steak. You're not going there for potatoes. You're not going there for fish. You're in that main course, man. Everything else is just appetizer, hors d'oeuvres, and sides, man. We're the meat to this thing, man. That's why the Lord says, what? He that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye. We're the center of the Most High's concentration.
That meat will fill the belly.
Yeah. You can eat an appetizer. You'll still be hungry, man. We're what fills it up, man. If you look at it, that's why it says what we're a special people unto the Lord, man. That's why Jake don't want to come and realize that they hate themselves so much. They want to stay a nigga. They want to stay a Latino. They want to stay a spick, man. They want to stay that instead of being the sons of Yahweh, man. Yasharala.
That's right.
Go ahead, what you got, bro?
I got James chapter 1 verse 6. It says, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of sea, so like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed.
See, so if you doubt in this truth and you're doubting, you're going to be tossed back and forth, because once the wind blows, what happened to those waves? They go back. Some waves are going south, some are going north, some are going east, some are going west, and they're clashing. You know what I'm saying?
God.
That's a big, that's a you know, and then it's a big ball of confusion, man. When you start doubting, man. You know?
It's like the, I remember hearing the older folks, my grandmama say, and my mama, what do they say, a rolling stone gather no moth. And, that's just a metaphor, and basically they're saying, listen, you just tossed, which way, left and right, like the scripture says, any wind of doctrine, you could just literally blow it over and blow it away by the new thing that you hear, flat earth. Okay, or that Esau can make it. America isn't Babylon.
The Vatican and shit.
It's the Roman Church. You literally are not. You being tossed around just like the waves in the scriptures.
Because it's like you gotta have that belief, man. you're not gonna enter into the kingdom of heaven being with that unbelief. Matter of fact,
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead.
And this is because we're speaking about, going through this, because the prophet said the same thing unto the Lord. Like, Lord, how you gonna do this to your people? How you gonna put us through this situation? Like, what's going on? Like, and Esdras is in that spirit. This is the second Esdras 5 and verse 40. It says, I'm gonna start at 39. It says, "As for me, I am unwise. How may I then speak of these things whereof thou askest me? Then said he unto me, like as thou canst not do nothing of the Salakia. Then said he unto me, like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so canst thou not find out my judgments, or in the end the love that I have promised unto my people." So at the end of this thing, we have a reward. We're going through this, just like it says, we didn't be tossed to these nations for our destruction. We made the Lord angry. This is all for a point, man. When the Heavenly Father is our, we are sons unto him. And if you love your son, it says, "He that spareth the rod spoileth his child," man. So he has to whoop us. So the nation see, look, man, this is what he's willing to do to his own seed and correct them, but we're going to be set aright. That's why it says he's going to perfect us. Because at the end of the day, you look deeper into this, we were made to go off. We were made to go into this sin. So there's a point in this, man. Jake don't realize that. The Lord said, look, you don't know what I have promised for my chosen. Jake seems to think that, we're going through this because the Lord don't love us. No, man. What does it say? It says, did he not choose Jacob? Was that not his promise? Is that not where the seed is going to? Or where the promise is going to? And it says, "And I said, Behold, Lord, yet art thou nigh unto them that be reserved till the end. And what shall be they?" It says, "And what shall they do that have been before me, or we that be now, or that shall come after us? And he said unto me, I will liken the judgment unto a ring. Like as there is no slackness of the last, even so is no swiftness of the first." So this thing is complete, man. Just like we catching hell back then, we catching it now for what? It's a purpose, man. It's not for nothing. We didn't go through slavery just for nothing. You see? Go ahead, you got something, Shema?
God, yeah. Hey, listen, that was a beautiful precept. I got another one. This is Romans chapter 1, verse 17. And it says, "For therein is the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith." And that righteousness, okay, is what you were talking about. That's Yahushua, right? So that's what we have forward to. That's what we have to look forward to. Is literally that our lives, aren't just for nothing. We not gonna take our life and be. First of all, you're probably not in the right spirit in the first place. Or you just sitting there and just give up hope altogether. But as far as the expression of just giving up hope and feeling like you just defeated, hey man, we have something to look forward to as Hebrew men, as the hopeful elect, and that's in righteousness is Yahushua. So we can live with Him, in Him. Mm-hmm. The Scripture says, in Him we live, we move, and have our being. Paraphrasing. And so basically, that just gives us a purpose. It's not just the scriptures, because a lot of people, what they do, they look at this Bible and they say, okay, I like God, I love God, I don't feel like I got to do any of the things that it still says to do, and they're hypocrites. Mm-hmm. Because the truth of the matter is that aren't you going to want to do everything that Yahushua did? Aren't you want to do everything that to be like him as an example? And so he had that anointing everywhere that Yahushua went. Okay, that he healed the sick. Okay, he was an abundance of things. All right, they didn't have to worry for nothing. So the disciples, they knew whenever they was with Yahushua that things was gonna be all right. That there was hope. That's why they was getting impatient. Like, hey, when is the kingdom coming? You know what I'm saying? They got a little taste of heaven on earth. You know what I mean? It was like, man,
that's what I'm saying. Heaven on earth.
if it's like this now, and we have this devil ruling over us, and we feel the spirit, we feel, camaraderie and fellowship, and we feel, the anointing. Imagine what it's going to be, like when he comes back and establishes it. So, that's where we get our righteousness from, and that's just the land back off of what you were saying, man. That's what we look forward to.
Hey, I'm gonna back you up on the scripture. When you were speaking earlier, you speak, man. We always listen real close because, man, everything we speak is in these scriptures, man. And this is something backing you up earlier. It says, this is Hebrews, the 3rd chapter. I started verse 12. It says, "Take heed, brethren, lest there be any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. But exhort one another daily." Wow, because you guys said we have to lift each other up.
Yeah, we got to give them, that's a precept.
So it says, "But exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin." Right? Verse 14. "For we are made partakers of Yahushai if we hold the beginning of our confidence," right, which is our faith, "steadfast unto the end." So you gotta hold your faith to the end and don't doubt, so you don't be thrown like those waves to and fro.
Tossed, yeah.
It says, verse 15, "While it is said, today, if ye will hear his voice, harden your hearts, as in the provocation," right? And this is a Psalms, right? Meaning give each other encouraging words, right? Verse 16, "For some, when they have heard, did provoke," right? They rebelled. "Howbeit, not all that came out of Egypt by Moses," because who were the only two that didn't provoke? Joshua and Caleb. They was the only two that didn't rebel. So they made it over. And it says, "But to whom was he grieved 40 years? Question. Was it not with them that had sinned, whose carcasses fell in the wilderness?" The Israelites. And they gonna fall in America the same way, man.
Yeah, 2/3.
2/3 gonna fall the same exact way, bro.
Yeah.
And it says, verse 18, "And to whom swear he that they should not enter into his rest," the promised land, right? "But to them that believe not?" Question. It says, "So we see that they could not enter in because of unbelief." So, man, we got to keep our faith strong in this thing, man, because a lot of things are happening, man. We constantly watching, brothers are constantly watching alternative news. You see the chess game y'all is playing with these nations. Things are going down. The last move Trump did was he's supposed to give Russia some information on some shit that was going down.
Yeah, that little the sting they had.
Yeah, and got praised for it.
Yeah,
now,
come on,
he
man.
turned right around and he hyped, and now he say some other shit. But see, all that right there, same person that you giving the news to, and the Lord gonna put the spirit on him to tear you up, man. The bear gonna rip you up in the end. That ego, that pride of that eagle. You know how birds are like a mockingbird. They always messing with like animals coming like right in front of their head.
Yeah.
Diving them. Yeah, that eagle gonna come dive in that bear, and that bear gonna snatch him out of the air and devour him, man. That's what's going down, man. That's what's going down. Hey, man, it's real. Faith is real, man. Because it talks about it. Where there's not faith, man, it's sin. It tell you that in Romans 14 chapter. Where ain't no faith is sin, man. So, hey, man, you got to keep your faith up, man. Because the scripture tell you in Hebrews 6, it's impossible. Without faith, it's impossible to please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So we have to keep our faith up, man. Keep praying, you know, and endure.
Huh.
You know, because we right here at the end, man. 2018 gonna be a different type of, yeah, it's gonna be something different, man. Gonna be something different. Because these people, they're preparing for the battle, man. They really are. They are preparing for the battle. If one of y'all get me Baba Kashas, Jeremiah 50, 22.
I got it.
You got it out? It's Jeremiah 50 and 22. Let me get there too. Because yeah, man, we are preparing the battle. We preparing for the battle. We preparing for the battle by going out on these highways and byways trying to wake up this elect. That's how we are preparing. And reading these scriptures, man, and paying attention, man. You know.
It's a quick precept because you said to build us up, right? Because we got to be like a family unto each other. That's why we're given this opportunity to have a brotherhood. Because the Most High said, "What? You shall know you my disciples from the love you have amongst each other." The Lord, that was a saying. So that's showing you that you're gonna have a period in time where there's gonna be able to be love shown. This is Sirach 4 and verse 10. Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of a husband unto their mother, so shalt thou be as a son of the Most High. So that's why we out here, we're tending up to Jake. Jake is broken out here, man. That's why you have what? The apostles and elders being his father figures, man. You know, they're giving us that opportunity to what? Have a role model, man. Even if you have a father, technically, if they ain't teaching you this truth, they technically, because it's in the law that you're supposed to do what? Teach this unto your children. So who's our fathers these days? The apostles and elders that's been given to us. And now we have a brotherhood, man. And sometimes being charitable ain't talking about money, man. Sometimes being charitable is giving a brother, like the brother Shamal said, a kind word, man, a faith booster, because that faith booster could help that brother tough through a time that money couldn't do.
Hey, you know, just think about what you said. Hey, listen, man, Jake is always looking for some kind of guidance. I mean, that's why gang activity has skyrocketed, you know, outrageous, because what they're always looking at, you know, for what the next man is doing, what the older cats is doing, what cats that's locked in the pen. A lot of times they control from jail and from the prisons what's going on in the street, the attitude, the movement. I saw this thing in South Africa, which, you know, Israel is like the sands of the sea, Hosea 1 and 10. And so it looked like a lot of these cats over there, you know, a lot of them is Jakes. I know they started the video, and these cats started doing like the Millie Rock or whatever. And then they're looking at the witch doctor, because what happened right now, Jake don't know what's his future is uncertain. And in the witch doctor, the new thing is to smoke vulture heads. All right, and they say the rationale is that the vulture sees it circles dead bodies. So it kind of sees, you know, whenever a body's about, you know, on its last leg, and so basically to see into the future, to see things or people or whatever, that they do this thing, and they have a ritual, and they smoke it up vulture heads, man. I'm like, if we're not just, you know, listen, all messed up and whatever, that could be some Hamite stuff too, but, you know, they got a spirit on them too that, you know, that's the new thing. Smoke the brains, you know.
Jake is always Jake is looking for the next, like you said, they're looking for the next avenue, man. Whatever can make them feel like they're doing something spiritually wise. That's why these Jakes attain unto this Christian doctrine, man. It's a comfort zone. Jake don't want to go out of the comfort zone, because if you ask these Christians about the simple basics of these scriptures, they can't go into it, because you got to get out of your comfort zone to get into this truth, man. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You got to go into different words. You got to go into different breakdowns, but you got to have guidance. But through that guidance, you still, because look, we've seen guys that go through the guidance, but they bug out on it. You got to get out your comfort zone. You can't come in this truth and still want to sit on the couch But then you want to talk about sitting on the couch. I say that to say sitting still in the world and your mentality, man, because you can't mix that with this truth. That's why it says you must become a new man, man. You gotta sweep all that out and bring that new one in.
And you can't fall every doctrine, man. That's why I was watching this video with
being mature. That's a spurt. Everything
man, dude was, the some brother they had with him. First of all, he looked out of place, straight up, with this whole movement that he's coming, against Elias Ramba and the brothers in the Dallas camp, man, and just being disrespectful for one. Keep on saying stuff like you ain't never proved what you're saying in the scripture. You're just being combative. That's why a lot of these people, that's what they said, hey man, you got a special judgment for you. You know what I'm saying? You got something special. Most High cooking up something that you know what I'm saying? That's when you get it, it's catered for you. Because man, some of these niggas, man, I'm going to say, man, literally they have the spirit on them that you can't tell them nothing, that they can't learn nothing. You know what I'm saying? That they don't want to be led by, they don't want to be guided. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest with you, they sitting here hand in hand with the wicked, with E.J. Love. So you being guided by somebody. You mean to tell me that you can't be God? It makes me sick, man. It just makes me sick. And this is that scripture, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. And it says, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction.
So that battle cry is going out, right? The shout of great destruction. Desolation is coming to America, man. And that's what the prophets we constantly prophesy on, man. The prophecies, man. The future prophecies, man. We telling you, America's finna be destroyed and the nation of Israel is finna be lifted up, man. That's why we go out, man, and we every week in, week out, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we go out and lift this banner up, man. Go ahead. Against the governments, man. We going up against the government, really. Go ahead.
It's verse 23. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
The whole hammer, that's Esau, man. Right? And the precept of that is Isaiah 14:6. It says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruled the nations with anger is persecuted and not hindered. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing, and that's after he's taken down, man. Go ahead, read what you got again.
And it says from the top, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
How has they become a desolation among the nations? Through thermonuclear destruction, man. Through the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. That's how they're gonna become a desolation, man. Go ahead.
Verse 24, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware, Slakin. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
25
says, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua has opened his armory.
His armory, right? His magazines of weapons. Go ahead.
And has brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
Of his fury, man. Thermonuclear missiles, man. That's why they create the missiles. When you read in Isaiah 54, it tells you, man, I have created the smith, man. Right? That blow up the coals, man. And I have created the waster to destroy. Sure. The Lord has put the spirit on certain men from teaming to actually have the smarts enough to create and put this uranium and plutonium together to create a fusion, man, a fire, man.
And that's just elements. Because the apostles always tell us those are just elements. The Lord just gave them, because we always speak about how we're going to be able to manipulate the elements Only thing the Lord, just like when he gave Esau the internet, the Thummim and the Urim, we've had these things, but the Lord is just allowing him to give him those things to fulfill the prophecy, man. That's it. So he gave him a working of the elements on a basic note, you know, but we're going to be able to do things with these elements on a whole nother level, man, because the Lord is going to unlock everything to us. That's why he's going to make us perfect. We know we got to get a heart change to stop sinning, but on the other end, we're going to have that change of heart because we're going to be in possession of things that we could hurt ourselves and other things if we didn't have the right mentality, man. Jake is going to be able to take things apart and put them back together how he wills, man. When Yahushua turned water into wine, that was a manipulation of elements, man. Because wine has to ferment. You took something that needs time and you sped it up and changed it and put it into another. Man, that's a beautiful thing. But like the brother saying, with the plutonium and the uranium, that's just a working of elements that Esau's just got a glimpse of. The Lord flashed him a little bit and closed it up again.
He told him, he said, he got that yellow cake. I've seen it.
I've seen it.
I've seen it. And you know, and that's a beautiful example too, because when he turned it into wine, they said, man, look at this, man. Y'all had the best wine. Y'all saved it for last. You know.
So it wasn't just normal. He didn't just turn it to base wine. He made it. That show you when that spiritual power it's going to be perfected, man. Everything that we're going to do with this power is going to be perfected. We're not just going to levitate all right. We're not just going to fly okay. We're going to fly in its perfection, man. When the Lord healed a man, he didn't heal him partly. Like he didn't make him walk, but he still had to put a cane on.
Yeah.
When he healed him, he was whole. He probably was up like a young man. You know what I'm saying? He was probably getting it. Oh man, but it's gonna be in its perfection, man. That's a good point, bro. Hey, that's on point because he turned it into good wine. Made the man stand up. He said, "Hold on, man."
Jigging. He's like, he's the first crip.
Oh man.
Oh man. You done with that verse 25, bro?
You got a little bit on it. It says, and it says, for this is the work of the Lord our power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans.
So terror and destruction is coming to America by the hands of Yahweh Shai, man. And the armies of heaven, man. And you know how do you know that? Hey, what Amos 3 and 6? Any terror?
I got you.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Amos 3 and 6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?"
The trumpet shall be blown in the city, because when we used to be on the watchtower, you blow that trumpet. It's certain trumpet sounds are being blown that gave you certain warnings. Certain ones are being blown for the elders to come to council. You know, for certain people maybe to get up and do certain things, but certain trumpets are being blown that you prepare for war.
Yeah.
Right? And we in that time where we're blowing the trumpet now that's preparing for war. And we're coming out here blowing this trumpet right here, man. These scriptures, man. Telling our people, hey, it's time for war, man. But like we were just reading, 2/3 on their unbelief, man, they going to be caught up. They ain't going to enter into the kingdom of heaven because they don't believe, man. They don't believe in this trumpet. They're not hearing this sound. They're not piping into this sound that we piping, man.
And it says it. You have not danced.
You have not danced, man.
Jake's supposed to be quickened by this word, man. Jake's supposed to know that you in the time of your enemy is in his full power right now. The Lord is letting Esau get it in to fulfill this prophecy. So it says he's going to come down having great wrath, man. Esau's not going to be pussyfooting around because, like I always say, Esau works for his. Esau's working on the left-hand side. He's constantly sacrificing. He's constantly dealing with soothsayers. Esau's diligent in his work, man. We can call him a devil, a non-rhythm having devil dog, but in the same sense, he works for his wickedness, man. He's constantly doing the archaeological digs. He's breaking down hieroglyphs. He's discerning words. He's going into it for his wickedness, man. So he's not going to be slack on this thing. If he knows he's going to come down, he's going to, what does it say? When you back an animal into a corner, the animal has to do something. And this word is what's backing Esau down, man. Because his lies is getting broke up. He turned to this slide, we breaking that up. He turned to this slide, we breaking that up. He sends these conscious niggas, we breaking them up. So his cards, he's running out of cards to play. Subtile cards. Just like you deal with old bullshit card games, you had certain cards that aren't stronger than the other ones, and you waited to play that card. Just like if you got a king or a queen, you want to save them. You don't want. You can play the 3 to give them out. Like if you say 21 or something, you got to. Them kings are high cards, man. So Esau's got high ranked cards that he's getting ready to play. Why do you think these sacrifices are happening with the pyramid in Las Vegas? That was setting up for something, man. He's setting the stage up because he knows he has a short time, man. This word is pushing him into a corner.
Said pretty soon he got a bad poker hand. He gonna go all in on Trey 5 off some
bluffing over there, bluffing.
Hey, I got one of this to back it up. 2 Corinthians 10:4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down strongholds. Like what you just said, we constantly pulling out all y'all lies, man. Every lie y'all done put up, we smashing that shit. And, you know, and it's causing certain people to think, man. You know, you have to think, man. You have to do some thinking, man. You know.
And sometimes when you wake somebody, you always watch some TV shows or the movies where they have somebody that sleep and they get that bucket of water thrown on them. And they jump out of their bed or whatever. This is that situation. Some people are dead sleep, so you got to damn near, you got to take the water and throw it at them in their face violently. Take this water, man, because it says, "Believe upon me, and out of thy belly shall flow rivers of living water." So this truth is that water we're throwing at these people's face. First, we're sprinkling. We're on the corner, we sprinkling at them. But then they don't want to hear, so now we're at the time the water's gushing, man. That's why Apostle Ramla said this truth is getting into hyperdrive, overdrive, man. It's moving, man. You got to move with it. You got to move with this thing because the Lord is opening things that we haven't experienced in these bodies. That's why the Lord said he's got to give us piecemeal. This fleshly body can't keep up if it wasn't for the Spirit, man.
It says, verse 5. Matter of fact, you just broke down verse 3. Like, because verse 3 says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh." You know what I'm saying? Because we got, be in the Spirit, man. This verse 5, 2 Corinthians 10:5, casting down imaginations, that we destroying all your